I am going to start painting on this piece finally, because my husband is, I think, finally finished all the repairs on this. And we may even make it a part 1 and part 2 video, but anyway, I've got it all patched and wiped down, and I'm going to start painting it with the Ben shellac in white, because I'm going to be painting this in white and light blues. So I'm going to paint this just because I've done so much patching, and also because I want to make sure it doesn't bleed through. I have let the white Ben shellac dry good, and I saw just a few places like here that needed a little patching, so I patched that with wood filler and let it dry and sanded it, and now I'm ready to put on the first coat of chalk paint, which probably is going to take multiple coats, but I'm planning on doing this one in white and in light blue, so we'll see how it turns out. Sometimes I change my mind. I have completed 2 coats of the white chalk paint on this after the shellac, and now I'm going to start with blending, and I'm actually going to use 3 colors. The top one here, the darker one, is made by Country Chic, and it's a color called Elegance, and it's a really pretty color, and I'm going to use this mostly on the bottom legs and then frame it around like it's just like a picture frame. I'm going to go with this. And then I have taken my white base chalk paint and mixed it half and half with the Elegance to come up with my third blending color. And this one I'll do mainly then on the inside of the frame with the white on the center. So that's my goal. And we'll see how it looks. So I'm going to start with the black, with the dark color. Okay, now I've got the mixed shade on, and now I'm just going to go in with some white. Okay, I am going to start blending on the front, and again I'm going to try to keep the dark on the edges and lighter in the center. And I'm going to start with the white. And sometimes when you're blending, you have to use a little bit of spray of the water to get your paint to where you can kind of move it around easier. I'll go with my, this is the second color, the one that I made mixing the two. And the reason why you have to mist this is because this paint dries fairly quickly. Or it dries to the touch. It's not totally dry, but it feels dry. I am just going to put a clear matte water-based sealer on this, and it's by Varathane. that I'm using, and I'm just going to give it one coat of this all over before I do the glass bead gel. And I'm going to use metallic pearl white and with the gel. So I'm just doing this first to seal the paint. Okay, I'm getting ready to do the glass bead gel on the sides only on this dresser, and I'm using the Morocco Stencil by Dixie Belle. And the size of it, I'd be able to just do one more stencil below this one, and that should be all I'll need for each side. So when I do this one, I'm going to have to wait and let it dry or cure enough so that I can put the stencil right here to do the bottom part. But I'm going to use this Golden Brand glass bead gel left over from my last project, and I have another jar too. But I have there's a fourth of this jar left, which is about 2 ounces, and I'm going to use this Folk Art metallic pearl white with it, and I'm only going to use about it's about a half a teaspoon of this to 2 ounces of the glass bead gel. And this way you'll be able to see how far this will go. And you can use the glass bead gel even by itself. You don't have to use paint in it, but you want to do this kind of last like the gilding wax, because you don't want to be painting on top of it, because that would kind of cancel out the effect of it. Just going to stir this up really good. And you want to just spread this thinly. And on the sides, I'm not trying to get it perfectly to the stencil. I'm going to do kind of a vintage look on the edges where it's uneven. And you can actually do this pattern so that it's random. You can just do it here and there if you'd like. It has a neat look too. want to just go over it when you're done. Grab off some of the excess. So you can see that I have probably enough left of this to do about half of that stencil again. So that gives you kind of an idea how much you're going to be using when you do this. And then you're going to want to, when you take your stencil off, I just use baby wipes. You're going to want to just wipe it off so that you can reuse it. You don't want this to dry on your stencil, but you want to, you don't want to rinse all this down your sink, so you want to get most of it off. There. It should be, and you can see what it looks like when it dries. Thanks for watching the video, and I hope you liked it. If you did, please hit like and subscribe and check out some of our other videos.